Speaking of the Eagles, another Jalen Carter goes to pick 9, I think was what the trade up was. And I'll say this, they also got Nolan Smith at pick 30. I had heard they wanted Nolan Smith at pick 10, but as Jalen Carter started to fall, and we sort of thought he would make his way to 9, where the Bears would not absolutely let him get past 9, we thought maybe Nolan Smith might be a target at 10. Instead, the Eagles somehow get both Georgia players, reunite them with Kobe Dean and
Davis.
Jordan Davis. I always forget his name. And
it's a simple name.
It really is. I shouldn't forget it.
First, I'll ask you. Get some sleep tonight.
I know. Were you at all shocked? I found a coffee shop for you too, Rick. It's one of my favorites, so we'll hit that on Friday. Were you at all shocked that the Bears said, you know what? We don't want Jalen Carter, and we'll only give him a 4th-round pick to move down?
Yeah, they must have not felt comfortable with all the concerns, not on the field as much as off the field. So every team, when you're sitting there having those internal meetings deciding not on the player's ability, but whether we want this player to be a part of our organization or not, everybody has a different opinion. So Philadelphia feels very strongly about the leadership they have in their locker room. This fills a huge need, maybe the biggest need they had on the defensive side of the ball. And when you get a Jalen Carter, and when you type of leaders they have on that football team, and plus his Georgia teammates, which I'm sure Howie Roseman asked Jordan Davis, asked Nakobe Dean, what type of player, what type of kid is he? Can we trust him? Will he fit in our culture? And I'm sure he got a glowing endorsement from his teammates.
And Nakobe Dean is a leader through and through. We talked to him last year at the Combine. He takes academics very seriously. He was an engineer as well, I do believe, and he exuded leadership, and he only fell to the 3rd round last year because of injury concerns, I believe. So he'll have an opportunity to show some more of that leadership with Jalen Carter. And by the way, if you get the right Jalen Carter, that's a huge problem for the rest of the NFC East. And then, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
21 picks later, like, oh, yeah, let's take Nolan Smith, which we wanted 21 picks prior. He's still there. Let's get him too. And Brian McFadden, our buddy on CBS Sports HQ's been on the podcast, BMAC, he said one of the real losers tonight is Nolan Smith because Jalen Carter cost him so much money. He was supposed to go 10.
Yeah, but they seem to have, I don't know if the right word is fetish, but they go after Georgia players. And Kirby Smart, they've done an incredible job down there in national championships and maybe the premier program in the country right now. But they're going after players that come from a program that has dominated the collegiate level.
Do you think about this if you're the other 3 teams of the division? Do you look at what the Eagles have done on day one and you go, oh, my God, we have to deal with this? Or are you just more concerned about your business?
You're concerned about your business, but you're watching what other teams are doing and how they're filling their needs. So I would imagine after this draft that Howie was able to put together to fill the needs, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that they're going to be the favorites to win the NFC next year and get back to the Super Bowl.